Yeah, I'm not really sure if it's going to be cutting in and out or what's going on, but there we go.
Choose love.
Choose love, everybody. Choose love. Alright. Alright, so sorry if you heard me swallow. I sort of am listening to, or not, I'm drinking coffee. Jeez, I think my head's deteriorating. I have no more brain cells. Anyways, I'm gonna just pop in an earbud real quick. Alright, so here, this live stream is an opportunity of a lifetime. I'm going to end this in a minute for the, so I can just get off for a little bit. And then kind of just to hang out. Oh crap, hold on. I can hear myself talking, that's never a good sign. Why I land over here, I'm an idiot. But yeah, I'm just kind of want to talk about some emotional problems. Everything's at least working well on my camera or live stream. So I want to talk about some mental health problems, and you know, a lot of people suffer from mental health, and I don't know if really anybody else has, or I don't really know many people that have. I know a few people in my life, and you know, sometimes they kind of said some things to them that wasn't necessarily the best, and yeah, I kind of feel bad for that, but you know, it's all in the past. Nothing I can take back, no matter how much I want to. But here I want to talk about mental health as well as give everybody a break from the world today. Everybody by now has heard about coronavirus, George Floyd, and whatnot. And I kind of want to take a break from all that and talk about mental health. I want to talk about some ways that you might be able to improve mental health. You know, maybe not everybody will be able to, but hopefully some people will be able to take from this. I understand not everybody is going to be able to, but hopefully somebody will take from this and do with this information as you will. So one of the things for mental health is don't talk to anybody for whenever you're having an episode or something like that. Maybe you're depressed and you're just having a depressed episode. Don't talk to anybody except for your parents. Alright? Because oh crap. Because you're gonna make them feel a lot worse whenever you're not talking to them, because you're gonna make them feel like they're part of what's going on inside your head, and that's the last thing you want to do. So just kind of talk to them. Don't talk to them about it. You don't even have to speak to them. Just kind of be in the same room as them. And if you feel like you're about to break down or something like that, then just leave, go, and just do what you got to do. And that's about it. That's about the best thing I can tell you. Because I don't know much about this. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm just trying to say what has helped me a little bit in the past. One thing that might be able to help too is getting a hobby, or something like that, so that every time something goes wrong, you could do something productive while to get your mind off of it a little bit. That's where kind of OCD kind of starts. But well, not OCD itself, but the result of it may happen. But like, say you do like cleaning, and you have a lot of intrusive thoughts, you're kind of depressed, a little, and you kind of just want to get rid of these thoughts. The best thing I could really suggest is like get a hobby that you can be productive in. Like I said, cleaning. That might be something that you're really interested in, something that you can get down with, that you can do even whenever you're not depressed. Everybody can clean, but try to really enjoy it. And And I get it's not that easy to, you know, just enjoy it, but oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. But you know, just kind of take your time to think about the activity at hand, what you're doing at hand, like the act of cleaning, not just, you know, cleaning itself, but focus on like the hand movements for wiping down a mirror or something like that. I know I'm not being very descriptive, and I'm probably giving a terrible what's the word I'm looking for? Advice. I'm probably giving terrible advice, but I can't really present myself well. Whenever it comes to talking, I can't get the words out properly. But when it comes down to like everything being in my head, I can get it all out. No problem. I don't know what it is, but you know, it is what it is. But you know, even if that's your hobby, is talking. Maybe you want to be a public speaker one day, like me. Sit down in front of your camera, like YouTube, and don't talk about your problems, but talk about politics. Talk about, you know, your political view. I know like this is supposed to be getting away from political view, but you know, one thing I like to do is talk about politics. But maybe that's not what you want to talk about. Maybe you're like me, and you're wanting to do your best to spread positivity. You're wanting to spread you know, things that will improve people's mental health, and so, you know, sit down and try to talk about that, and take your own advice whenever you do that kind of stuff too. Maybe you're doing what helps you, and then you know, you're kind of replicating that. Keep doing the thing that helps you when it comes down to your depression, because I found, like, I wasn't never really depressed, but I did kind of suffer from that kind of problem. Like I did get upset very easily. I got depressed easily, but I wasn't like diagnosed with it. And I think the fact that people do get diagnosed with it is a little bit binoculars, if you ask me. But again, that's just an opinion that has really kind of upset people, because apparently it's actually a clinically diagnosable thing. Who knew? Not me. But for real though, that's something that you should be, if you're going to be helping people with it, something to kind of consider, is that this is a real this is a problem that at least they believe is based off science, an actual disorder. I don't know that it is or isn't. I know a lot of people say it is, but still I think it's something that you shouldn't say to people that have mental health. So just avoid what I did. I like I said, I just don't know that it, oh yay. But like I said, I just don't know that it is, you know, like what people have made it out to be, what doctors say it is. Like, I don't think it's something that's going to go away with pills. I'm just going to, that's what I mean by it. It's not a real thing. It's not going to go away by pills. It's going to go away with, you know, different, it's going to go with treatment. All right, it's not going to go away with pills. And one thing, it seems that the whole world has depression, right? Because it seems that everywhere you turn around, somebody's saying something depressing. Go, well, my childhood was like this. Oh, but I never had this. I never had this. I never had this. And that's, I think, where everybody just needs to stop. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop thinking little of yourself too. Because look at this, right? I'm playing solo on Team Rumble. Team Rumble. Emphasis on the word team. I'm probably not the greatest player at Fortnite, but watch. You may not be the greatest player at life, but watch. Alright, I'm a little upset. These people are getting a lot of kills. I might get down a lot. Some people might kill me. Here we go. See right there. That just contributed to the team. It was a little kill, but it contributed. But if you just let things be, live life not trying. I know this sounds weird, but if you just don't try, things are going to be so much easier. Because you're not focused on that, like the negativity of that as much. And that's what everyone just needs to stop doing, is stop focusing on the negative. Stop focusing on the negative things. That's one way that we can really just I don't want to say end depression, but kind of put it to a halt at least, you know, try to get us to a point of understanding, to a point of being able to deal with it, live with it. Is just stop trying. Stop focusing on the negatives and just try. I don't want to say right there I was or wasn't trying, but sometimes people are just better. And accept the harsh truths, okay? That's one thing I feel like is going to help a lot of people with depression, is accepting harsh truths about reality. Like, yeah, it ain't going to be like this. Crap. Like, just realizing the whole world ain't going to wait for you to get your act together. Like, realizing those harsh truths. The world doesn't revolve around you. It ain't going to wait for you to stop crying, for it to just pick up and move on. You're in control of your own life. Okay, that's a big lie. As a Christian, that's a big lie, but you cannot control your circumstances, but you can control your mindset. See, I knew that guy was there. I knew the problem was coming, but I didn't care. I let it come. I let it hit me. That was on me. That was my fault. No one else's. I can't blame this on whatever. That was my fault. I let that guy kill me. And like I said, sometimes the harsh truths just gotta be spoken. Now I'm all about the truth. Even when it's used against me, people are like, oh yeah, you don't like it now, do you? I was like, I love that. So, I mean, seriously, people are like, oh, you don't like the harsh truth, or you love the truth until it is against you. Says who? You. Obviously, you're the one that's saying it. But no, I love it. I love being corrected. I do. I love the harshness of the truth. I loved the truth. And as a Christian, the truth is something that we need to be preaching, right? And so, sometimes, you know, realizing the harsh truths. That you're probably depressed because you're seeking attention. Because I know so many people that are depressed that can hide it way better than you. I'm kidding. But no. But seriously though, there's people that are depressed that hide it better than everybody else because they don't care about everybody else. Because they have true depression. They're not attention seeking. And you know when somebody's attention seeking because they post 24/7 about how their life is just going down, about how everything's going wrong. And depression is like, oh hey, I don't know if I can. I know there's different degrees of depression, but some of it is like, hey, I don't know what these people are going to think of me. I don't know this. I might just feel like a leech to them. All this stuff like that. Most people think about that before posting. If you're truly depressed, that's something that I feel like a lot of people are going to be more focused on. Not, poor me, poor me. Look at me, I'm more depressed than you. That's how I feel a lot of people are acting. Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. But yeah, there's like a lot of people that just act depressed. They're not actually depressed. If they just shut up, considered things, they wouldn't be depressed. It doesn't help that the doctors will actually buy into their charade on purpose just to sell them pills. So parents, if you want to truly help your kids with depression, don't take them to a doctor. Let them figure it out on their own. And this is like harsh stuff. Like it is. You're not going to find this from self-help. You're not going to find this from depressed people, because they want to be babied. That's what sometimes that's not the root cause. They just want to be babied. And yeah, that's how it is with me. Sometimes I just want to be babied. I could care less about whether or not I'm actually depressed. I just want to be babied. That's why I'm not depressed when I have a girlfriend. It's because I'm babied. Because people just miss the good times. They could care less about, like, that's why even some of the things that are going on in today's world, like the worst things, like me, I'm like, oh no, this is terrible, this is awful. This is terrible, this is awful, I miss the good times. That's why people are nostalgic so much, because they're more focused on the good times. They could care less about actually, you know, getting better. They just want the good times back. They want to be babied. They want everything handed to them. And like I said, the harsh reality sometimes, that's the harsh reality. People just want to be babied. Myself included, I want to be babied. That's why socialism is a thing. People just want to be babied. But yeah, and sometimes that isn't the case. I'm just talking about at certain point of views for certain cases. This is the case. Is people just simply want to be babied. Why controller? I'm about to beat this controller. But yeah, that's just the basic. That's at the root of it. But there are some people that struggle with their past, maybe like me. I struggle with a lot of things. I'm always, you know, have thoughts like I'm not good enough, things like that. But I'm slowly getting all that under control. And like I said, through these games, oh wow, through this game, this video game, I'm learning that it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what little contribution I can actually make. That smallest amount, that smallest kill, that smallest bit of XP worked off in the long run. So no matter what small things you do, it all works out in the long run. And look at Deadpool here. His face disfigured. That's why he wears a mask. But you know what? Everybody wears a mask. Because everybody's got ugly in them. No matter how perfect, no matter how much makeup you have, there's still going to be blemishes. The only blemishless person in the world suffered worse than everybody else. Didn't care about his looks. Didn't care about anything but other people. It suffered worse, but was happier than everybody else. And yes, I'm talking about Jesus. Oh, he had more joy than everybody else. And that's something I kind of want to help people with. Give people this hope. Okay, I want to give people hope. And that hope is named Jesus. Okay, before you slip away,
oh, I don't like Jesus. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stay depressed for the rest of my life.
Hold up for a second. Consider this. That just maybe, you know, yeah, there's still depressed Christians out there. But they have hope. Don't you want that? Don't you want that same hope? And this is why I say that some people are doing it for attention. Because I offer people this hope. I give people this hope. That one day, your body will be perfected. But they still turn that down. And will still call themselves ugly. One day, mental health is going to be perfect. Your health will be perfect. There's words like health will not even exist. Because it won't even matter in the long run. All this worrying doesn't even matter in the long run. everything you do and say will have a purpose one day. But only in Christ. And it's my belief that you're hopeless without Christ. All is hopeless. All is vanity and vexation of the spirit without Christ. There. That is the key to mental health. You're not going to have it all together. That's the biggest lie you'll ever hear, is that somebody has it all together. It may seem like I might have it all together if you just look at me, but I don't. Thank God. Okay, I'm done with that challenge. Now I can move on. But like I said, it may look like it. It may at first glance seem like I have it all together. That no matter what, I may have never even witnessed. I may have never even been through some hard times. But the harsh reality is everybody has. But what you do, who you turn to, in spite of those problems, is what determines your mental health. See, some people turn to more things that make their mental health worse. I've seen it firsthand. People would much rather just be depressed than to have the solution. And it shows because, you know, they're like, I want to be pretty, I want to be this, I want to do that. I want to be like this person. So they're going to go look at that person whenever the going gets rough, whenever they're depressed, thinking about how they think they're ugly. But the truth and the reality is, you're perfect the way you are. God made you in His image. The creator of the universe took a second to step down off His throne and die for you specifically. Not just you, but like for everybody, but had the capacity to think about you individually while on the cross. Think about that. God isn't some emotionless being that people are going to make Him out to be. So whatever preconceived ideas, even atheists, whatever preconceived ideas you have about God is just wrong. God is all loving and caring. He gave everybody a way out of this. But people are just so stubborn. People want to be depressed. People care so much about their own depression. People care about themselves. People are selfish. So selfish that they don't even care that there is a way out. They're just so stubborn that they just don't want it to be Jesus, because He's been preached all their lives. But you're denying yourself the truth. You're denying yourself all hope by denying Jesus. You could be well on your way on having it all together, having everything all perfect, the way it needs to be, the way it's going to turn out, at least understanding why these things are happening. You're that close to having that clarity. But you're giving it away for what? For some stubborn argument, for some debate that, like I said, isn't even going to be meaningful to you in the long run? That once you die, you're just going into a black void. Is that really the hope you want? Is that really what you're going to be clinging on to? Like I said, the harsh truth. The harsh truth is, you're nothing without Jesus. Depression is going to be prevalent without Jesus. I'm trying not to take advantage of that to convert people, like I know a lot of Christians are going to do, like a lot of Christians do, but I'm just being honest. I've seen so many people, I talked to so many people like, just turn to Jesus, just pray. Like, oh, I have already, I've done that like 25 times already. 70 times 70, people. Do it multiple times. Take a second to consider the scripture. There's more to being a follower of Jesus than just praying. But that's where it all begins, with a prayer. There are people that they're just so clouded by the state of the world, that the state of the world today is the whole reason why they're depressed. And sometimes they're just so depressed that they stub their toe and cry about it all day. Those people, I wonder if they're actually depressed or if they're just faking it. I'm gonna be real. Pop my neck real quick. But to say that is just the unpopular truth, and to say that is to not be caring. But nay, I say that can be further from the truth. That can be further from reality. That can be further from the solution, is realizing you might be doing this all for attention, and you've convinced yourself that it isn't. You've convinced yourself that you truly are depressed, instead of realizing the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is you've probably created it. And I know, like I said, it ain't gonna be the popular truth. In fact, I'm probably gonna be hated on for saying that, because that's just what happens when you point out the fact that somebody might be doing it for attention. It's, oh, how dare you. Thank God for that. But how dare you? What the heck? How dare you even point out that I might be doing this for attention? No, you probably are. And the fact that you're getting so defensive about it just kind of proves it in a way. But here's one thing I gotta say. No matter what happens, no matter how you believe it, the world just isn't going to revolve around you. The world just isn't going to care. It isn't going to wait for you to become happy again. Come on! How are they able to pump it faster than me? That's the kind of crap that makes me so mad right here. Epic, fix your freaking game! There's no way that these people are able to pump their guns faster than I am. There's just no way. How is that shot not hitting? Anyways, the harsh reality. Sorry, I get from messages like, and now. Anyways, but yeah, the harsh reality is that some people are just faking it, and some people that aren't even faking it are clouded by the people that are. You know, it's hard to pick out the people that have a true mental disorder from the people that are seeking attention. And the moment you stop giving these people the attention they want, they just leave you. They don't actually seek help. They just want to fight. They want to argue. They're just seeking attention. And when you stop giving them the attention they want, they just abandon you. So if somebody does that to you, just realize they're not actually depressed. They truly do not care about whether or not you agree with them or not. They truly don't care if you take care of them or not. They're going to spit all over you and make you feel like trash. And this is why it's so important to actually take care of people, or take care of yourself while at the same time taking care of people. It's because it might turn out that they're faking it, and now you feel bad. Now you feel like trash because they made you feel that way. Okay, the fact that he saw me was impossible. Anyways, I'm kidding. But, you know, some people are going to make you depressed, and they don't care because they want attention. I'm talking from experience. So if you want to truly help somebody with depression, make sure that they have actual depression. Make sure that their depression is real and isn't self-created. Because people like that don't care about your feelings. They're not going to care about your feelings. They're going to tear you down. On purpose. For no reason at all. They're just going to tear you down and make you feel like garbage. For no reason. But if you talk about your feelings, they don't care. Because they want to talk about themselves. Because they're selfish. See, there's times that I've been depressed. I've been on the edge of suicide. And no one has actually showed a care for me. These depressed, and I'm using air quotes, these depressed people tell me to knock it off, that I'm being selfish, that I'm only thinking about myself because I just told them about my problems. See, the fact that they're able to pump off more shots than me, I think that might have been attacked, but the fact that they were able to do that, that's why I hate shotguns in this game. But anyways, you know, I've been in that seat where, you know, I've been depressed before, and I haven't had mental disorder depression, but like, you know, I've been in those shoes before. And, you know, then I got into a toxic relationship. Where that's what, like I said, I'm talking from personal experience. That's what it is. Anytime that I talked about myself or my own problems that there was almost gone, half of my problems were almost gone away, and then just got recreated. And the fact that I talk about these things, I was told to shut up. I was told, no, stop that. You're not this way. Stop doing that. You're stupid. Stop. I was told these things. That didn't help me at all. It just showed me one thing. Nobody actually cares about you. Nobody cares about anybody. Everybody cares about themselves. And as Christians, that's something that we need to be taking care of, is to care for others, to show care for everybody else. And that's what these people have become. These quote-unquote depressed people have become so quote-unquote depressed that they just don't care anymore, right? No, these people have not cared from the beginning. They're just finally showing their true colors. They're not depressed. They're selfish. And that's just something you cannot tell them, or else they're like,
Oh no, I'm truly depressed. I'm clinically diagnosed with it.
really? If I ask everybody else, will they say this? Will they say, yeah, they have true depression? Like, okay, sweet. How can we actually fix this instead of you, every time I bring up a solution, every time I talk about the problem, you just kind of like,
Oh no, I don't want to do that because I'm freaking depressed. It don't work like that. I'm depressed.
well, instead of yelling at me about it, how about just help me find the solution here? Because that's what I feel like. Depression isn't just going to be like, if you're truly depressed, you're not going to, you're not going to like take advice or anything like that. But you're not going to create an argument over it. And whenever someone else is depressed, you're not going to be like, you're not going to take the spotlight from them. You're not going to tell them to stop it. You're not going to tell them to knock it off, because you sympathize with that. If you're truly depressed, you can sympathize with where they're coming from, can't you? But no, you're not depressed. You're selfish. And I believe that wholeheartedly. That a lot of people aren't even depressed. They're selfish. And the person I'm talking about is going to say, no, I'm actually depressed. All this stuff. No, you're selfish. If you're truly depressed, you wouldn't have let me down. You wouldn't have let me down. You wouldn't have put me in the same depression that you're in. You wouldn't have led me down that road. You wouldn't have led me down that road. But you did, because you're selfish. You don't even care about who you let down. You don't even care about who you tear down. As long as you get a second of joy, a second of happiness, right? No, you're not depressed. You're just selfish. Now believe that wholeheartedly. Some people aren't even depressed. They're just selfish. Whenever you talk about your problems, it's, oh no. the match so I can focus on one thing at a time here. Like, there are people that actually need help, but here you are hogging their spotlight. But here's how you can tell the difference between truly depressed people and people that are doing it for attention. Depressed people don't boast about it. They don't brag about being depressed. They're not selfish. They care more about others. And I've seen this somewhere, because they want so bad to smile that they're willing to make other people smile. They want to make other people smile so that they can smile. That is signs of true depression. And some people really just want to make other people smile. And I've been there. And even at my own expense, I've done all I could to make people happy. And that's where I went wrong. Because they didn't turn out to be happy, and I just made myself more depressed. But here's the thing. Like I said, no one actually cares. No one gives a single crap about you or your feelings. And if you say things like facts don't care about your feelings, they're going to say things that are wrong and then be like, facts don't care about your feelings. So don't say things like that. But for real, I know people that don't care, because they go from showing or acting like they care to just being all out like for themselves. And I really want to call out somebody for this, and I really want to bring up this example, and they know who they are, because they go from showing you care every once in a while, but they don't actually care about you at all. You could maybe give them all the attention in the world, but like, they don't care. Because the moment you say, hey, can you give me a hug, can you tell me something, can you give me a compliment, they're like,
oh, I do this all the time.
No, you don't. Like, every once in a while, I'm actually told something good about myself. I'm actually told something that kind of encourages me every once in a while. This is why I suck at encouragement. This is why it turns into things like this. It's because nobody takes the time to actually help me. But you know what I do about it? I suck it up and I deal with it. I don't go around posting about it, in case you thought I said something else. I don't go around crying and acting like a big baby. I don't go around calling myself depressed. Because that's just stupid. It's redonkulous. And now I'm saying redonkulous instead of ridiculous. You have to get it. You have to be there to get it. But I'm gonna be 1000% honest. I have never met a truly depressed person, and if I have, you know how I know that they're depressed? It's because they're not bragging about it. Like I said, they'll tell you that they have it, but they won't show you that they have it. That's true depression, because they don't want to bring other people down, because they're not selfish. They know what it's like to be in these shoes, and they don't want to bring that on anybody else. Crap, I forgot I wasn't in Team Rumble there for a second. But that's just how I've seen it to be. That's how I'm pretty sure it is. But do I have true depression? No. I don't have depression. I'm not depressed at all. That's why you always land away from Pleasant Park if you want to go into it, Pleasant Park. Just get away from the traps. There we go. But yeah. I'm surprised that guy didn't even land a shot. That's just part of the game. But yeah, like I'm saying, people just crap all. People that are quote unquote depressed they're not depressed. They just follow Instagram models, and the Instagram models post depressing things because they want attention. People just need to stop looking at cell phones. I'm gonna be realistic here. If you really truly want to stop being depressed, what the heck? You would just get off your cell phone. You wouldn't think twice about it. You wouldn't go back to it. You wouldn't even go flipping through it. And the most you'll do on your cell phone is talk to people. Talk to your friends, your family, and such. You wouldn't be focused on, you know, what am I trying to say here? You just simply wouldn't be focused on the negatives. When the negatives are what's bringing you down. I'll take you, and I'll take you, and I'll pop you. What's better than... What the heck? Y'all see that, right? Oh well. But I just feel like depression is self-created by everybody, because they want so bad to be like their celebrities that whenever a celebrity just comes out as depressed, or even a liberal, and I know I didn't want to get into politics, but I'm going to be realistic here. Nobody actually is truly a liberal. They just want to follow their celebrities. Oh, that's what happened here. Let me just go ahead and steal you. There we go. Man, I hope the last person is like that. Okay. Now that we got everything, we've got 3 kills, 4 kills under our belt. We could get 5. Oh, but I want to get to the zone. But yeah, people just care more about themselves than actually, you know, other people. Like I said, I know somebody that maybe they were truly depressed, but they were just selfish people. And so now I'm just kind of like, every time someone says they're depressed, this is how it's kind of marked. And you know, I was there for people. I'm there for people whenever they're down. I don't, you know, argue with them whenever they're down. I don't tell them to stop when they're down, because I'm not focused on myself. I'm not focused on my problems in a relationship. When I say in a relationship, I don't mean dating relationship. I mean friendship, father to sonship, stuff like that. I don't focus on myself. I don't focus on my problems whenever somebody else is having problems. And that's what I witnessed with a quote-unquote depressed person. Is somebody that every time I was down, didn't care. They just cared the fact that they had depression, and I showed signs of it, and they somehow maybe felt threatened by, you know, me being just kind of upset, I guess. I don't know what reason they did that, why they treated me the way they did. I don't know. And I did kind of treat them bad too. I'm not going to sugarcoat it in anything like that. You know, like right now, I'm kind of treating them poorly because I'm talking about them, but I'm not talking about them to, really not trying to like attack them. But I'm just kind of sure, like, if you're truly depressed, give me a sign that you're truly depressed, and let me talk about my problems. Help me to talk about my problems, even though you have your own problems. Let's talk about each other's problems. Let's help each other, not let me help you, only you, because only you're the only good person in the world. You're the only right person in the world, right? Yeah, no, that's not how crap works around here. You want to come in here. You go in here. Oh boy, I forget sometimes that there's people just waiting for you. Ooh, okay. I got an upgrade. Alright. But yeah, like I said, just people fake it. Fake depression, and it's kind of ridiculous. But people just care about themselves. Like I said, I was talking to people, and it just seemed that they cared more about themselves being depressed than anybody else being depressed. Everybody else that was depressed, they were wrong. Then they had no right being depressed. Like I said, so whenever I talk about my depression, hey, don't. This might be a player. Most likely this player was a player. Oh, we got Broody Boy here. Yeah, we do not want to mess with that right now. But yeah, anyways, as I was saying, people, I've just come across people that don't have depression, or even if they did have depression, I don't believe it, because they put me down more than actually build me up when I was down. They were more focused on their problems, even if I brought up just kind of the slightest thing that was about me during, you know, I try to compare myself to their situations. I know that's not always going to be helpful, but I try to do that because I feel like that's the best way to help somebody, is relating with them, you know. Wait till I'm about half dead before you step into the tank or the phone booth. But yeah, I feel like if you're truly depressed, you'd be wanting to help others with their depression, because you know what it's like, and that's kind of how I related. Oh, this is a mistake. Ah, thank God. Oh, thank God. I can't believe I did that. I cannot believe I did that. I single-handedly took on Brutus. Thank God. Oh, and I didn't die. Do I want to get the Grotto key card? Do I? Yeah. There'll be more healables in there. Hurry up, hurry up! There's people! Take you and use that. But if you're truly depressed, I want to give you this wisdom, and if you're like this in any way, like how I've described it in any way, I wanna say, please don't be like that. Please take a second to consider the other person whenever they're talking, whenever they have something to say. Consider them, because like I said, why would you allow these people to go through the same things that you're going through? Stop having that, oh, I don't care about anybody else attitude. No one's cared about me, so I don't care about anybody else. Here's your moment to change that. You have a moment to change that. So please change that. Make this world a better place, starting with you. No one else has showed you care, so you give them care. But the thing is, with the situation, I showed care. I cared so much about people, and I've given them plenty of reasons to care about me. but they walk all over me because of a few bad things I said about to them. So stop building! This is Fortnite, not hide and seek. How am I missing every shot? There we go. What loot did you have for me, boy? Of course you had Deadpool's pistols and the freaking drum gun. Okay, I'm taking that. I take that. I love drum gun. Should I take the pistols? I'm gonna regret it, but yeah, sure. Man, I'm mythic, boy. I'm not, yeah. But you know, this is, like I said, this is why I no longer even mess with depression, because I say a few wrong things. I take everything wrong I say back, but it doesn't matter. I just get crapped on. Everything wrong I do doesn't matter. I still get crapped on. Even if I try to make every wrong right, I get crapped on. Because this world has lost the ability to forgive and forget. And as a Christian, I know why. I know exactly how. I know exactly what it's about. Because that's all Satan wants to do, is to take away people's ability to love and forgive. And that's the saddest reality. Because if Satan can take away, if the devils can take away every Christian, oh yeah, every Christian basic, every fundamental Christian basic, then he gains power. And some people I see firsthand, like I said, losing the battle. They'd much rather be depressed than Christian. I mean, you don't have to be a Christian, just at least take our values. Do what we do. Forgive. That makes things so much easier. Oh man, I love the drum gun, huh? And thank God for the drum gun. But stop focusing so much on idols. Stop being so focused on idols that becomes your life, is worshiping these idols. And like I said, I know so many people that care so much more about idols than their own flesh and blood, for their own family. If their family just disagrees with what they say, and they're so concerned about being woke that anybody that slightly disagrees with them, it's, oh, you're not woke enough, oh, you're still brainwashed. Just because somebody disagrees with you doesn't mean they're brainwashed. And man, am I loving this drum gun. I hope to God I can get a win. Oh, if I can get a win on live stream, that would be great. I'm probably not going to, because I said that, but oh wells. Ooh, down to 2 people. Oh, this was going to make me mad. They're going to build. They're going to do nothing but build. I mean, I have the weapon for building, but I just hate building. Because like I said before, this is Fortnite, not an extreme game of hide and seek. I bet there's somebody down here. There's someone definitely in here. Okay, shocker. Yes! Thank God I hear gunshots. Now here's the plan. We'll let them kill each other. Then I go and sweep up. Yes! Thank God! Hallelujah! Praise the Almighty! That counted as a season 3 win, baby! Oh, thank God! Oh, thank God! Oh, thank God! None of that was me. That was all God. That was all God. That was all Jesus Christ. Oh, praise God! Oh, praise God! Oh, man! Oh, holy cow! Thank God! That is on giving glory to God. Thank God. If I win that game of Fortnite, then I'm right. Now, sorry, I still got 2 hours left before the season 3 or the big event, and I somehow got the season 3 win. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. And I caught it on live. That was a sick shot, and I caught it on live. Yes, praise God. Praise God. Oh, praise God. Yes. And see, look. Alright, this is going to go back to my point. Just because this happened doesn't mean I'm still not capable of being depressed or have anything bad happening. That just means occasionally good things happen to me, and I hold on to those good things. I look at the positives, not the negatives of life. That's the key to depression. Look at the positives. Don't look at the negatives. No matter how bad the negative seems, just look at the positive. Oh, thank God. Won a solo match during season 2. Oh, I thought this said season 3. Somehow, I said season 3, but this says season 2. Unless I'm looking at things wrong. But that's still not my first solo win. So what's going on here? Oh well, it doesn't matter. Oh, I won, thank God. I won this Deadpool. This is great. Like I said, that's on giving glory to God. Oh, thank God. Man, I don't know if I want to play another game. That was awesome. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. It all started with going to the grotto. Going from Pleasant to the grotto. To getting the gun. Man, I gotta watch that replay though. That match was just awesome. Thank God for that. I might have to turn this off. And then wait for an hour, 2 hours for the big event, and then I might live stream again. But yeah, guys, I just kind of want to conclude this. Out of all the things I said, harsh or not, if you clicked away by this point, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've set people off if I did. But like I said, sometimes the harsh truth just has to be said. Don't put other people down because you're depressed. Don't put your depression before everybody else's. Stop putting your problems before their own. If somebody's talking about their problems while you're talking about yours, it's not that they're not listening, they're trying to relate. They're trying to relate with you. They're not trying to make it about themselves, they're trying to relate. That's what's going on. At least that's how it is with me. I try to relate when I talk about my problems. I'm trying to, or at least, the very least, I'm trying to distract you from yours. Let me talk about mine, and then kind of get to the, this is why I'm talking about it. This is the solution of how I got out of that problem. So please consider what I'm telling you. That's all I ask for people, is to consider what I'm telling you. Consider that. Consider that I'm just trying to help you. I'm not trying to take away from your problem. So come 30 minutes earlier, sweet. I might just go ahead and get a shower and then come back. Nah, man, I still can't believe I got that on stream. Oh, thank God, though. Oh, crap. How long have I been streaming for, though? That's my big question. But, yeah, if you truly want to help somebody with their mental problems, please, don't make anything about yourself. Like I said, don't do what I did. Don't try to be relatable, and just be there and listen. And that's the one thing that I think went wrong with with what I'm talking about, the situation that I'm talking about. I said this person just kind of treated me like crap. There was just a complete lack of there was a complete lack of, what am I trying to say, communication between the two, me and that person. And I think that's where everything just kind of went wrong. Was that I didn't know if you just want me to listen. I don't know if you want me to help. And that's where I think everything just kind of went wrong. And there was plenty of other things I did that kind of made that person mad, which is also a notable reason. But when it came to my problems, though, I told that person, hey, I'm about to kill myself. They're like,
oh, because of this, you're only thinking about this because of this, isn't it?
no, I'm coming to you with these problems because I'm hoping you could help me. But no, you're making it all about yourself. You're not helping at all. You're doing the exact things I did to you, to me. Hypocrisy and revenge shouldn't be what you try to do whenever you're like. Okay, Jesus says to love thy enemies, pray for thy enemies, love everybody, treat everybody with respect. No matter what somebody does to you, be nice to them. Revenge is God's. And forgive. People don't do that. Alright, let's see what's coming up next. Poseidon? So it looks like we're going for a godlike. Oh yeah, I forgot that it's going to be like an underwater kind of season 3. I kind of forgot about that, I'm gonna be honest. It would be cool if they brought back some of these older skins for the battle passes. There's an Aquaman. Season 3 Aquaman. Is that really? So there's actually an Aquaman. From what I'm seeing, there's actually going to be an Aquaman. And a white Peely. Man, I wish I could have gotten the original Peely skin. And I wish I could get the gold Peely, but I only got 2 hours to do that. And I'm about to get off, so, you know. This is my random preset. This is where I don't really have a set skin. So yeah, I could just go to do Peely, or I could go back to doing random, but I don't know why you guys needed to know that. But, you know. Anyways, guys, like I said, I'm gonna get off here. Please, anybody that has, if you're going to take away anything from this, is that if you're depressed, be there for other people. It'll help you tremendously. Don't be selfish at all at any point if you're depressed. You know, you don't got room for that. You've got 80 years. Stop focusing on your looks. Stop focusing on other people. This is the true fix to depression, or at least the depression that I've seen from this person that doesn't give a crap about me, that never gave a crap about me, that was only focused on themselves. Stop looking at social media. You become brainwashed. Truly brainwashed into being depressed. This person kept on comparing themselves to other people. Avoid doing that and stop looking at social media. If you're tired of pretty people, if you're tired of not being pretty, stop looking at pretty people. Stop looking at people that you consider to be pretty, because that's going to make it worse. But what do I do whenever I want something so bad? I stop looking at it. Like this airsoft gun I bought. Alright? For like 4 years, I've been dying to have it. And every time I didn't have it, because I'm poor and I don't, get money. But every time I looked at it, it's just a reminder of I didn't have this, and that kind of made me upset that I didn't have it. What I did? I stopped looking at it. And here's why. Because I could buy it with my own money later. You don't need plastic surgery, by the way, to look pretty. You're pretty the way you are. The God of the universe, the God, the living God, Yahweh, the Holy of Holy, took a second and made you. Now, the world may not think you're pretty, you may not think you're pretty, but He looks at you. He looks at His creation and says, it is good. You may have done some bad things. You may have done some evil. Everybody has done evil. Alright? But turning to him gives you that hope of perfection, that you will become beautiful. And that's where I want to leave this off with. Turn to God. Turn away from social media. Turn to God. Thank you. Good night.